Alright guys, so I said I wasn't going to make another video, but I'm going to make a liar of myself because I was scrolling through my fucking comments and I saw something that's a peeve of mine. It's a biggest peeve of mine. Biggest peeve because it's the most reoccurring one that I see, and it's a borderline hatred I have for this. And it's sad because I see it even plaguing some of the people that I respect that are in the business. And it surprised me even they, well, okay, maybe. Well, I'll get to that. I'll address that a little later on. But the reoccurring theme is, bro, I'm going to build this engine, or I want to run a stock engine. I just want to run this much PSI. Oh my god, PSI, fucking PSI. No, I don't understand why people always go to that, man. Like, PSI doesn't really mean shit without knowing turbo size, man. What you should be gauging your engine if you have weak ass stock rods in there, especially if you're talking about single cam, which is the single cam guys who fucking seem to do this the most. Everybody's guilty, but single cam guys are the fucking worst. Because everybody that has common sense and knowledge knows that, single cams, stock over 200 horsepower, don't tend to last a long time. Alright? Why does this bother me, the whole PSI thing? Is because it's the same thing like a clutch. Clutches are rated for like torque, right? How much torque? Okay, so how much torque the engine produces is how much is where the limit's at. It's not how much fucking PSI. You'd fucking like, oh, I'm going to run this much boost, so this much boost equals I can't have that clutch in there. Well, this much boost equals my rod snap. You can't judge off that. You have to judge the production of power that's been made. All right, here as an example, right? We got this here fan, this fan that I like to use. It's got 3 settings on it: low, medium, high. All right. Now, if I put that fan on high and I take a fan quarter the size of that and also put it on high, do you think the volume of air that is going to flow from that is going to be the same? You could argue that high mode on the little fan versus low mode on the big fan would probably be about the same. So high boost versus low boost, if they're both making the same fucking power output, that's why the PSI thing doesn't matter. PSI is relative to the fucking turbo you're using. Alright? Yes. Now, for tuners who say, do you want to run low boost or high boost? I can understand them saying that. Not because they're relegating to how much power you're going to make or what's safe for you to run. But mainly, I would say mainly because, there's the more boost you have to run, the more tuning is required because more compensation of fuel and all that bullshit you gotta do. So it takes longer to do that. So if you want to keep it low, then you don't have to fucking tune as much as versus it going to really high boost. Alright? But at the end of the day, low boost versus high boost isn't really gonna necessarily make a big difference on how much fucking or how long your shit's gonna last. It really depends on how much power you're putting down. So you guys that are using the high boost or low boost or I only run 5 PSI, I see, and this is the worst thing for me too, like when somebody asks, oh, how much boost can I run on this engine? And then somebody else jumps in and bros, 5 PSI, bro, 8 PSI. You're giving a recommendation on some other fucker when you don't have all the information, you don't have the knowledge. How are you going to fucking slide into the conversation, have no knowledge of what the setup is, or even if it's a stock setup and say, you can run this much PSI safe, no problem. But you don't know how much fucking power that PSI is going to fucking make. So how can you tell that person that? You just give a wheel horsepower number. Like, hey, this much wheel horsepower is safe, and let it be at that. PSI doesn't matter, guys. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't matter in the way that you guys like to approach it when you are talking about PSI. It's when you're looking at PSI for safety levels of how long the engine will last, that's not what you want to be looking at. You want to be looking at power outputage. It's more important. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. Rant done. Take care, guys. Happy holidays. Peace.